Hey everybody, it's Sarah and Martina with Natural Shore, and we're here for another monthly book club. This month we have Amphibians and Reptiles of Minnesota, and this is by John J. Moriarty and Carol D. Hall, and then there's also a foreword by Carol L. Henderson in here. And it's a publication by the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources, also in collaboration with a lot of other organizations. It's a great book for this month. I just started hearing my first chorus frogs last week, and I saw a garter snake in my yard, so they're coming out
slowly
from
but
their long winter sleep, and yeah, it's an exciting time to get out and see what you can find. The reptiles and amphibians are really all over the state of Minnesota. They're found in a variety of habitats.
Yeah, so this book has amazing pictures included throughout. Let's find a good page here. It's got a really long introduction, but is very important. They have like pictures of the egg casings and the larval stages of most of the species that they feature. There's a mink frog right there. Just amazing footage. I really appreciated seeing them up and close, especially the salamanders. Those guys usually are under the ground unless they come out for spring mating and fall migrations. So yeah, I really appreciated all the picturage featured in this book.
Yeah, it's a great book for people who may not know anything about reptiles and amphibians, or even people who know a lot. There's a lot of interesting facts, and it really goes into details about their life history and all the little quirks about them, which is cool. This book was released because the previous book was a little bit outdated from 20 years ago. There's been a lot of new developments in just knowing the life histories about these animals, as well as a lot of taxonomic changes with the scientific names and things like that. So I believe throughout the book there are 52 species, which kind of blew me away. I didn't know there were that many. You know, I'm familiar with a couple dozen, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And then one introduced species, the pond slider.
Yep, and that is one that's commonly available in pet stores. People tend to, when they don't want to care for their pets, they usually just let them out in the pond and think they're going to be happy and that everything's alright, but that can have major disruptions on our native species. So.
Yeah, don't release your pets.
Yes.
Rehome them if you need to. So, yeah, another interesting thing was the Herp Mapper app. Herp Mapper, herp just means reptile or amphibian. It's a great way to contribute to citizen science, record your observations, take pictures, record frogs or toads calling, and upload those to the app, and that just helps scientists all over learn more about these animals.
For sure. Yeah, and these critters face, the habitat loss is very significant for them as they don't really move that much. They have a very limited range. Their home bases can be very small. For example, our biggest frog, the American bullfrog, has a home range of only 2 to 37 feet with an average of 8 feet. And I thought that was very interesting as they are the largest frog, but they only stay in that limited space. So habitat loss can be have a major effect on these animals.
Yeah, they have seen a lot of declines due to habitat loss and degradation, as well as just fragmentation with all of our roads around. Right. A lot of these animals die due to road mortality, things like that. Something I haven't mentioned yet is this is kind of an ID book. So if you find something you're not sure what it is, you can go, like maybe you know it's a frog, so you can go to this page where it says frogs, and it's just a dichotomous key and a ring, and you go around with each thing to figure out what species you have.
Yeah,
really awesome.
I really like the ring style compared to just text. It's very interactive, very fun to go through the wheel and figure out what kind of critter you're dealing with.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than trying to flip through all these different species, because a lot of them can look just almost identical. Like a couple of the toads are really close in appearance, and yeah. Oh, I didn't know we had newts in Minnesota. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. And lungless salamanders. That's crazy.
Sarah, did you have personal favorites?
I It's hard.
It's very hard to choose.
I would say the blue spotted salamander. They're so
Yeah.
cute. I love looking for them. They're just hiding under logs and stuff, and they're so little. They're just the cutest little thing.
Yeah. I might have to take up fishing because I discovered, I learned more about the mud puppy in this book, and I am fascinated by them. I didn't know that they could live so long. They can live like, I think it was up to 40 years or more than 30 plus years. So yeah, they're very long lived, and they live in the water permanently. So I just have to cast a line out and look for some, but
Yeah, a lot of fishermen don't like catching them because they're kind of slimy and they're really kind of goofy looking if
yeah.
you're not expecting it. I
Right.
thought it was interesting that the mud puppy is the only known host of the salamander mussel, too.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Learn more about the mussels and their relationships with fish and amphibians. So
For sure.
very cool. Yeah, anything else?
I don't want to give too much of the book away, so you'll
Yeah.
just have to go and read it yourself. I know I will be buying a copy just to review, and yeah.
It's a great book. Check it out and join us next month for Chris Helzer's Hidden Prairie.
See you next time.